Hello there guys, and welcome to How to YouTube episode 2. In this episode I'm going to be covering my audio and video editing processes. Now this video could be on the lengthy side, so please bear with me. But without further ado, let's get on with it. So you just open up Audacity. What do you want to do? Here's what I do. You're going to want to go to File, I think. Hold on, I may be stupid here. Okay, Edit, and then Preferences. This is just me, you don't have to do this, but since my mixer is set up to record to two-channel stereo, I have this set up to record two-channel stereo. So if you're recording with mono, don't worry, I highly doubt it makes a difference. I couldn't really notice too much of a difference. I just like recording in stereo just because. Alright, so now that you're done with that, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to press the record button. Oh my god, I know, this is magical here. But press the record button. And generally what you're going to want to do is right in the beginning of the video, you're going to want to leave a little bit of a blank space so that, you know, just space that where you're not talking. So we will do that now. And now, as you can see, there's a large space where there's nothing being said. And once you're done with your video, you can go ahead and stop it. And now you might be looking at yourself or maybe looking at the screen like, Omega, why the fuck did I just do this? Can you elaborate here, Mr. Bitch Kind Sir? And the reason why you did this is so that Audacity can realize the background noise. So no matter what mic you have, there's most likely always going to be background noise. And to get rid of this, there's a very simple trick. So what you do is, all you got to do, highlight that blank space that you left, okay? And it's good if you have minimal background noise. Now of course, no matter what you do, you can't get rid of a blaring AC. It's always going to be there when you speak. It's just you just gotta be able to reduce the noise, so that way in post-production you don't face a lot of problems like I did. So that's why I'm doing this, so that you guys don't face the same problems that I did. So what you do is you highlight the blank space where there's just background noise and not you speaking at all, and you go to Effects. Then you're going to want to go to Noise Removal. And now you're going to hit Get Noise Profile. And what this does is you just told Audacity that little part you selected to remember that, because you're going to want to delete that from the entire track. So before I delete it, I want you guys to listen to this audio here. Okay, my bad. I looped that. So you don't want to loop it because I'm a stupid bitch. But there you go. You're going to want to leave a little bit of a blank space so that you know, just space that where you're not talking. So we will do that now. Alright, so as you can hear, and now as you can see, okay, whatever, cut me off, self. But as you can hear, there's a little bit of background noise, so I'll let you listen to the actual background noise itself. As you can see, there is background noise because there are video waves there, or audio waves, I'm sorry. And when I played the background noise, let's play it again, you can see that Audacity is recognizing that background noise. So there is background noise there. You guys may not be able to hear it, but it is there. So to get rid of it, like I said, you get that noise profile, and then after that, you're going to select it all, go to Effects, Noise Removal, and these are my settings. It's going to be different for most other people. You're going to want to fuck around with this. But generally, I found keeping these at default, I think this is default, I'm not entirely sure, keeping the sensitivity at 0, and then basically just fucking around with noise reduction is going to get you what you want. For me, when I have my AC off, these are the settings. When I have my AC on, obviously I have to increase that noise reduction. But yeah, just hit OK, and now we'll listen to this. You're going to want to leave a little bit of a blank space so that you know, just space that where you're not talking. So we will do that now. So as you can see, there is no audio waves, and Audacity isn't picking up on anything. Look at there. Yeah, like a fucking boss. But yeah, that's as far as going to get rid of background noise. Now, if you want to, actually I should go into this further. You don't want to put too much background noise. Now here, I'll put noise removal again. I mean, I said you don't want to put in too much background noise. You don't want to do that, but you don't want to put in too much noise reduction, because then you'll get something that sounds like this. a little bit of a blank space so that see how it doesn't sound too natural. So we will do that now. It doesn't sound very natural like it did before. So now we undo that and I'll listen back. I want to leave a little bit of a blank space so that you know, just space that where you're not talking. So we will do that now. Remember, too much noise reduction can make it sound like complete horse ass. Now I'll go into more examples here. We'll put that on 48 and then the sensitivity all the way up, and now we'll see how this sounds. A little bit of a blank space so that you know, just space that where you're not talking. So obviously you don't want it to sound like that. And those settings work best for my microphone. You guys have to find out yours. So what else should I cover? Okay, yeah, here's another thing. EQ and compression. I don't need to do this because I have a mixer, but I used to have to do this. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to Effect and Equalization. You don't have to do this by any means. If you guys don't really give a fuck, if your mic has good quality already, by all means don't do this. This is just for all my audio buffs out there. Go to EQ. Now, this all depends on your voice. If you have a bassy voice, if your voice is maybe too bassy and your mic picks up on that, you may want to decrease bass. But it's a scientific fact that the human ear is attracted to a bassy voice. The deeper the voice, the more the human ear reacts to it in a positive way. So what you would want to do normally, if you didn't have a mixer like I did, you would go to the equalization. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. But if you use the regular bass boost, then that's bad. And you know, in the first episode in microphones, I talked about very, very briefly low, high, and mid ends. Bass is the low end. You don't want to increase it too much, and then, you know, if you do, it'll sound like this. A little bit of a blank space so that you know, just space that where you're not talking. It doesn't sound too natural, and as you can hear, it gets a little distorted because I already have some bass input on my mixer. And maybe I'll make a video about mixers all in general, but usually you would want to just toy around with this. This is my custom bass. When I didn't have a mixer, this is what I used. This is what I found was a sweet spot for my voice. Now, the complicated thing about EQ is that it's going to literally change for every person. I highly doubt you're going to have my same exact EQ settings and have it sound perfect because you probably don't have the same tone of voice I do. But if you do, then go right ahead. I don't give a dump. And I also found for treble boost, this worked best. You know, I messed around with it a little bit, but that worked best for me. And treble is the high ends, you know. It brings out more definition and clarity. So, you know, fuck around with that all you will, but that's that. And now, for compression, the sweet spot is between 10 and 16 decibels for the threshold. The other stuff I never really had a chance to fuck around with, so maybe doing that will make it sound even better. But for me, when I didn't have a mixer, of course, 10 to 16 decibels is the way to go. You don't want to give it too much because then it sounds very, very unnatural. So now we're going to go on to my video editing process. Alright, so here we are, the video editor. I use Sony Vegas Pro 10, but I'm also familiar with Premiere. I'm not, you know, too savvy with Premiere, but if you guys would like a Premiere tutorial, let me know. So Sony Vegas, the reason why I use it is it's a lot easier to understand and it's just a lot more user friendly. However, if you're used to Adobe products, you may want to go with Premiere. Again, that's for a different video. So Sony Vegas, how do I work this shit? Well, if you're going to do live commentaries like I do, there are a few things that you should take into consideration. The first one is your project, or yeah, project properties, I think it's called. So you go to File and then Properties. These are my settings, okay? You probably want to follow these. There's pretty much no real room for moving around in here. You're gonna want your video HD, if not 1280 by 720, you know, probably 920 by 1080 to have 1080p, but honestly, YouTube rapes quality, so if you're doing gaming videos, 1080p, not that good. And then 1000, I think 1 point, a lot of zeros square is the pixel aspect ratio. Fun fact, when you submit videos to Machinima, they require that 1.0, a lot of shit square. So there's that. Frame rate 29.970. That's just if you live in good old America, the USA. If you live I think it's like Europe and pretty much everywhere else, it's PAL. So there's that. And full resolution rendering quality, obviously you want that best. Pixel format 8-bit, motion blur type Gaussian. You don't want any of this other shit, trust me, it looks bad. And the interlace method, this is where you can, if you really wanted to, add interpolate fields. I know StormPower does that, but for this, yeah, why not, we'll use it. So hit OK. And now the next thing you want to do is you could either go to Project Media and, you know, just import shit via Vegas itself. What I like to do is I just like to find the shit myself and then just drag it in there. So go to your videos or wherever you recorded to, and as you can see, I have a lot of shit that I really need to delete. But for this, I just rendered out this video. I think it's this one. This should be Obito versus Sasuke. If not, I'm a stupid bitch, but whatever. We'll drag that in here. I really just rendered this, so okay, never mind. It's Raikage versus Naruto. Sorry guys, I'm a punk bitch. But okay, so what you're gonna want to do is obviously drag that in, and the number one thing you want to do, trust me, it makes all the difference. You guys probably don't really notice it that much, especially if you watch on phones or mobile devices or anything like that. You see these black bars up here? Yeah. Shit looks bad. So what you're going to want to do is go to Video, Event, Pan, Crop. And I just do this every time. I don't have a preset. I know StormPal's going to hate me for saying that, but I don't have a preset. So just drag it in a bit and there you go. Everything looks fine. Here's something I found out just a few weeks ago. If you click this, the lock aspect ratio, say if you were recording something on a web browser or whatever, you can crop it accordingly, however you want, like going like this, maybe even going like that, anything you wanted to. And that really helps if you really need to increase or push in the sides but not the top, or you need to push in the top but not the sides. It really works very well. So for that, I just generally, for console stuff, I just generally do that, and all is gravy. And you see right here, I have the preview on quarter. The reason why I have this is it syncs things up very easily, because if you have it on full, your Vegas could lag or something like that, and I keep it on quarter just to see, or just to sync up, and then afterward, I'll put it on full while I'm, you know, adding color correction and brightness. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find your audio file. And now, for me, I have a lot of shit on my desktop. I mean, a lot of shit. So, I just, generally, when I'm doing this shit, I just type in whatever I save the file as. So, Obito versus Sasuke. Whoops, wrong one. I'm a dumb bitch. Raikage versus Naruto. And drag that in there. And, now comes the fun part of syncing shit. So, I'll show you what I do. You'll see here I'm on the dashboard, and then you see all that, it just went down. Let me decrease this volume real quick. And what I do is I talk for quite a bit when I'm doing the audio syncing up, because I don't know, that's just me. I like to be safe. But now what you do is you basically have to match up this WAV file with where you just pause it at and adjust it accordingly. So right here is where I say down. I know that because I recorded it, and I should know what the fuck I recorded. But you drag that over and have it sort of in the middle. Now, you can get really in depth with your audio syncing, but most likely when you put in the command in your control, there was a little bit of lag anyway, so maybe you don't really want it too exact. But play from the start. Down, up, and as you can see, I got it a little off. I believe the video was faster, or not faster, it happened before the audio, so now we just drag it a little bit, and this could get lengthy if you guys wait, what the hell did I just do? Let's try that shit again. Okay, so I actually have to bring it down that way because I'm a stupid bitch. But yeah, you know, it's just pretty self-explanatory shit. And as you can see, I fucked up again. Hold on, I gotta really pay attention to this. Alright, so drag it a little more to the left. I usually get this on my first try. I don't know what's wrong with me. There we go. Down, up, down, up, down, down, down. And yeah, that's how I sync shit. I might do another How to YouTube episode on just syncing, where I go in depth with, you know, ArcSoft and HDPVR and all that stuff. And you guys want to see that, let me know. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to cover is the actual video quality. So now what you're going to want to do is put it back on full. And you're going to want to right click on your video, go to switches. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go, because I had everything selected. Go to switches, disable resample. Oh, and I forgot. I did something, you know, just instinctively, and I didn't tell you guys what it was. To select everything and move it as a whole, you hold shift and click the other part, because, you know, this right here, these two video and audio, I don't really know what to call them, tracks, there you go, video and audio tracks, these are already together. So if I move it, it's gonna move together without me pressing shift. But if I wanted to drag my commentary along with it, then I would hold shift and everything is selected, and yeah, everything's willy-nilly. But what you're gonna want to do is right click, go to switches, and disable resample. That just disables, you know, the ghosting effect or whatever. It makes a difference, especially for video games. Okay, now comes the fun part, I like to call it, and I do this with every game, and I have presets for every game, and I'll show you. The only thing I do to my videos is brightness and contrast and the color corrector. So I'll show you brightness and contrast right now. I'll just show you guys my settings for Naruto, because doing this is not really hard. It's just meh, don't really feel like it. So there's Nuns G that I use, and as you can see, it makes a pretty big difference, right? I actually show you guys how I do it nakedly, I guess. So what I do is, obviously when you're doing a new effect, you're gonna want to do reset to none, because, you know, you want to edit it fully yourself. So drag reset to none on there, and the only thing I fuck with is contrast. So add contrast and add whatever you want. You want it to look like that? More power to you. Don't know why you would. But I found 0.16 to be a sweet spot, because anything else could be too much. As you can see, you can barely tell the difference between this little claw thing and his pants right there. You just don't overdo any effect, okay? You want it to be subtle and make a difference, and not be overpowering, and, you know, not even have the game recognizable to people. But yeah, as you can see, when you start to add brightness, I don't know, I just really find that adding brightness doesn't do anything for the video. And contrast center, I've never even fucked with. What the hell does that even do? I don't even know. I guess it's for go to the left for brightness, go to the right for contrast, I guess. Whatever, I don't really fuck with that. I have my preset. I don't like change, and that's what I use. Bam, bitch. Okay, next I do color correction. Now for a game like Naruto, the color is already very vivid, so adding too much could be bad. I'll show you guys my settings right here. These are my settings. As you can see, it added a lot of brightness, and it just made it look a lot better to look at, I guess. And if you wanted to, I guess you could increase the saturation all the way, and that's how it'll look.
This one is
don't know
possible as well, because
don't know if you guys would want that.
How much the right
and now you have to take into consideration that just because it looks good in the preview window does not mean it will look good when you're actually rendering it. So that's something to take into consideration as well. I just like to use my presets because I'm a little bitch like that. But yeah, those are my presets. And now I guess, is there anything else I should really need to tell you guys? I think that's pretty much all. I could get in depth and, you know, actually show you guys how I do the last time on Naruto and all that shit. But that's for a different video. I'm just showing you guys the overall thing that goes into each video. And, you know, if I'm doing a commentary, like I did on marijuana or whatever, I usually take down a few notes on the good old notepad, and then just Audacity that bitch, drop the Call of Duty gameplay in there, drop the audio in there, and GG no re. But now comes the actual render settings. When you hit render as, there are a few things you can do. I, for the longest time, used .wmv as a save as type. Don't do that. Don't do it. It gives you sort of better quality, but then again, it really doesn't. Sony AVC/MVC MP4 looks the best. Trust me. Or I shouldn't say it looks the best, but it would give you the best results. When I started using this, it cut my render times in half. Yes, motherfucker, I said in motherfucking half. And the quality is pretty much the same. As you guys can probably tell, there's not really been any difference in the quality of my videos, right? Yeah, I've been using MP4. Not really that big of a difference. It's just that WMV may be a little clearer, but YouTube rapes quality anyway, so it's not like it fucking matters. So you go to MP4 right there, bam, and now just for shits and giggles, I'll show you guys how I actually got to where I got to. I went to internet, 1280 by 720, 30 frames per second, and then hit this custom button. And what the fuck did I change? I forgot. Oh, the bitrate. The bitrate will increase the render time for no reason. So you can just easily change this 8 into a 4 and GG no re. That's what I do for every video. And for Pokemon shit, I render that in 320p, so that way it doesn't really take that much time at all to render. And yeah, that's the audio editing process and the video editing process. If you guys have any other questions, you guys want me to go more in depth with a certain topic or whatever that maybe I skipped over too fast, let me know. I'll try to take it slow, you know. Yeah, so that was it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and goodbye.